Hello guys, S2W here with your next casual consumer's perspective review. For this video, we'll be looking at the special edition or limited version of the most recent release between Adidas and Kanye West. Although it is January of 2019 already, both of the companies decided to end 2018 with a bang by dropping two more iterations of the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 model, with one that's exclusively available at Kanye's fashion label online over at Yeezy Supply. Today, I have the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Static Reflective here for a review. And if my video has helped you in any way, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button to support my channel. Now, the final colorway of the 350 V2 model released in 2018 was called Static, featuring a TV static-like pattern for its upper design with a translucent mesh stripe, the first seen on the V2 silhouette. The worldwide release was the non-reflective model, which I have done a review on already, but they've also released a second iteration of the same colorway but with 3M reflective materials implemented on it. I was luckily able to pass through the glitchy Yeezy Supply drop online by spamming the cart button that day, so here's the pair I have in front of us. We'll take a look at the 3M of course, but other than that, is there anything majorly different? Let's take a closer look at these sneakers. Now, to be completely honest with you, taking these shoes out at first and looking at them up close on its own, I personally thought there wasn't anything mind-blowingly altered on this colorway from the regular version. I honestly thought these were the non-reflectives for a second until I had to pull a flash out to make sure the 3M materials are on this sneaker. Similar to the visual aesthetics of the worldwide release of the non-reflectives, the TV static knit pattern and translucent mesh stripe on the lateral profile is also featured on this pair. The static pattern looks random with its diagonal stripes, dotted patterns, and grid-like sections, but it's actually carefully designed so it will look completely parallel to the opposite pair. So what you see on the lateral side of the left pair will look the same as the lateral side of the right pair. And this goes the same for the medial side as well. The knit is the same as the other previous models, which is made out of prime knit, known for its adaptability, breathability, and sock-hugging fit. It's popularly known for its stretchiness too, but that's not the case for the 350 V2s due to all its extra internal structural elements, such as the toe box caging at the front and cushioning at the back, all able to be seen through this translucent stripe. This stripe is made out of mesh material too, adapted only on this colorway thus far where people can see the color of our socks. Since the lateral side is not all made out of fabric now, the upper has become even less elastic and a bit more structured, but regardless, it won't change the fit by much honestly. Medial side though, it's all prime knit and nothing much is different here. It's the same static pattern seen on the regular non-reflective version. On top of the sneakers, we'll continue to see the familiar crisscross stitching running across the center of the shoe seen on all previous 350s, running high up to the tip of the one-piece tongue. The rope laces of this shoe is reflective as well, using the same reflective ones found on the regular static non-reflectives. Then looking at the back of the shoes, we will see the same heel tab found on most of the 350 V2s. It uses the same cream colored heel tab as the non-reflective V2, so again, nothing is really different. Inside the sneakers, we have the same layout seen on all previous 350 V2s. A bit of the internal cushioning around the ankle lining of the sneakers with a 3M Adidas 3 stripes branding at the back. The knit patterning we see inside is also the inverse of what we see outside, which is again nothing special because it's featured on all previous V2 colorways. The lace openings continue to be covered by suede overlays on the inside, adding reinforcement to the holes and preventing it from ripping. Furthermore, the rough crisscross weaving at the center is protected by a smooth fabric lining internally, stopping any uncomfortable contact against the roof of our feet. And here is what we're all here for, what it looks like when the 3M reflection kicks in. The 3M material is really glossy under these conditions and will honestly only look like this when someone is taking flash photography on the shoes. It's a nice touch to the sneakers I feel, not a must-have, but an eye-catching addition nonetheless. Unless you're chasing for the exclusiveness of the 3M colorway, you won't see it under most circumstances unfortunately. But when that once-in-a-blue-moon paparazzi photo shines on your feet, you bet your sneakers will become the most eye-capturing object in photos. Interestingly, the 3M material is also added internally as well, which is something that surprised me because what are the chances that people will look inside the shoes while flash is on anyways? One important thing to note down on this shoe is that the 3M sparkles does shed off, as it left a trail of 3M dust around my shoebox and table as well, so just a heads up. These sneakers also come with removable insoles too, the same found on every 350 V2s, with a unique pattern design on the underside as well. Lastly, under the sneakers, we will see the same plastic encasement that sheltered the boosted cushioning sole. Boost cushioning on the V2 is one of the best there is if you want a comfy, pillowy, or bouncy stride, so the cushioning comfort is really high up there in the spectrum. We will continue to see the boost windows on the underside that allows the boost to contract and expand, and for those who care, the boost patterning of both of my sneakers were filled in this time around at the heel, rather than one with a shovel formation on one pair. These patternings were used for legit checks in the past, but not so much anymore today. Anyways, here are some Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 static reflective fit footage. Sizing wise, I have wide feet, so I always go up half a size. It fits just like any regular 350 V2s in my opinion. I do have a weird exception for the Sesame V2s though, as that colorway did fit tighter on me for some reason, but this one felt like any other one. Comfort wise, like I've been saying all along, the cushioning is one of the best in Adidas's Boost lineup. The only thing you have to get passed through is the upper of the shoes, which the toe box area does angle down sharply up front, so a lot of people do feel discomfort on the toes. Visual wise, there really isn't much to say as it's all personal preference. I think the idea of a translucent stripe is dope. Being able to see through the shoe is a cool idea as the color of our socks can change the looks of the sneakers at any given time. Like I've mentioned in my non-reflective colorway review though, I'd wish the stripe was unobscured somehow so more of our socks could be seen, because right now, only the middle is fully translucent while the front and back is mostly blocked by some type of internal overlay. Price wise, these were $220 US, and after conversion and shipping, it was basically the same as Canadian retail for a regular 350 V2, which usually isn't the case as I have to pay extra on the duty and taxes as well. But I think Yeezy Supply screwed up on this release for us Canadians, and we got lucky and we didn't have to pay that. If I looked at this exclusive reflective pair by itself though, I really initially didn't feel like there's anything different than a non-reflective pair. Now if we place both the reflective and non-reflective side by side, one visual aspect is noticeable immediately. The patterning on the non-reflective is much darker than the patterning on the reflective pair. The stripes and grids are so much more apparent on the non-reflectives due to the darker grays on the shoe, whereas the reflectives, the 3M material rather has its own lighter tint seen by the naked eye. It's funny because it's something I can't unsee anymore. The non-reflective pair just looks so much darker and apparent all of a sudden. As always, throw me some likes if you like this video, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you think about this 3M pair. It's good to see that there's some kind of visual cue to distinguish both pairs out besides whipping out a camera. But again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Some may like the extra sparkles on the shoe, some may not. Some people might like the darker patterning, and some might not. I'm a sucker for limited editions, so I am leaning on the 3M pair, but if I had not been able to grab a pair, I wouldn't mind sticking with the regular non-reflectives as well. That's it for today, and Stu W signing off.